Good morning, folks. Welcome to another episode of the 10 Horse Monty YouTube channel, and we're out here at Peabody King River State Wildlife Refuge area, whatever you want to call it, but Southern Illinois strip pit fishing. First time I've ever been on this lake, so this is a video in the lesser known series. I drove past Eagle Lake. We're on Beaver Lake. So Eagle Lake looked pretty cool. I kind of pulled in there and checked it out. Nice boat ramp. And they got the little eagle on top of the pavilion there, which I thought was pretty cool. It's kind of cool, little eagle, turkey vulture. Eagle Lake, just checking this one out. It looks like it's really low. I mean, look at this bank line. Definitely low. The dock's sitting up pretty high off the water. It's almost on the bank there. But I just drove on past that and I came over here to Beaver Lake and check it out. There was a few people. There was actually a group of guys fishing here. I talked to them. They said this is probably the better of the two lakes, but they both have pretty good fishing. Eagle Lake has tiger muskie, 36-inch limit on tiger muskie, so that's kind of cool. Talked to the department, a couple guys from the Department of Natural Resources up here, and they said that this lake actually has Asian carp, unfortunately, because the Kaskaskia River bumps right up it, and when the Mississippi River makes the Kaskaskia back up, and the Kaskaskia backs up into this lake here. So it does have a little bit of Asian carp, but the bass fishing is supposed to be decent, it's supposed to have a decent population of bass. The two guys that were fishing said it was really tough. They said they just caught a couple of fish. Middle of the day, bluebird skies, and it is 50 degrees. I've got my hoodie on. You know, it was 42 in the morning. Had a cold front push through a couple of days ago. The wind is howling out here. It's blowing like probably 20 miles an hour. It's supposed to get up to 30 miles an hour. You know, one thing I like about all these lakes over here in Southern Illinois, the strip pit lakes at least, is they have really nice facilities. You can see the bathroom there. You know, they have concrete bathrooms. Pyramid State Park's the same way. Decent boat ramps. You know, they got a nice little dock here. This boat ramp looks like it rolls off pretty fast. You know, one thing I noticed about these lakes over here is they look like they're a little bit down. You know, you can kind of see the shoreline. It looks like it's down about a foot or so. And Eagle looked like it was down about 1.5 feet, maybe 2 foot. See a lot of bulrushes along the bank here. I'll be looking for rock veins, and I know this place has a little channel back there and it splits up into several different islands. So we're gonna make a run down there. 10 horsepower limit lake. Department of Natural Resources did a real good job on this road. Last time I was here, it was closed, and this is why they were putting this patch and seal, kind of small chat type stuff down, and they did a really good job. So let's go fishing and see what happens. I'll throw this whopper plopper down this little shade line. Got a little bit of shade still. Not feeling that right now. Some good looking wood in the water along this bank. I said wood. I'll go back and flip this a little bit later. Kind of want to cover a little bit of water, just get a feel for the lake. Get something moving in my hand. There's a bite, a little guy. A bluegill. Little bass, baby bass right on the bank. I mean baby bass. Just trying to start the day out with some kind of a search bait. Threw that whopper plopper a little bit and spinner bait. Look at that guy, he's awesome. There he is. Right, on the board, folks. Buzzbait fish. See, I think I figured something out. I think these fish are really looking up. They're kind of sunning because the water temp's like 63. I really think they're sitting up higher in the water column. I noticed a bunch of spinning fish, and I'm just not getting bites. Throwing something on the bottom. I'm getting a few bites, but I'm gonna throw this for a little bit longer. There he is. Buzzbait, look at that. It's a good fish, guys. Really good fish. Oh, he got off. God dang it. Okay, I just lost a pretty good one on a buzzbait. You know, he's 3.5, something like that. But I've been noticing these fish kind of swirling on the surface every once in a while. And just picked up this 1/4 ounce buzzbait. It's Cumberland Pro buzzbait. It's got a white blade on it, a little menace on there. And hadn't made very many casts and got that one to blow up on it. So, well, I actually didn't blow up on it. He kind of just sipped it down. So I'm going to put this in my hand and cover a little more water. It's really flat back here. It's kind of sandy, and you know, there's bait kind of mixed in here, bluegill and stuff. So we'll see what happens. There he is. All right, figured something out. Catching a few fish now. Cool. Still not 100% sure this is the thing to do, but I do know that they want to be looking up. So getting a little bit bigger. Still got a ways to go. At least I'm getting bites. There he is. That's a better fish. In here. Right. There we go. A little bait change, man. They're really looking up. And I took that menace off because it keeps getting tangled up on the hook. Put the little, this is a little skinny dipper on there, a little small swim bait on a 1/4 ounce Cumberland Pro buzz bait. And it's a better fish. They're getting better. I mean, I've missed a couple, but it seems like it's just about covering water. It seems like these kind of like flat shaded areas, and not even shaded, just kind of flatter areas, kind of slick areas, a little bit out of the wind is where these fish are sitting at. Around wood, it doesn't have to be wood, it's just that kind of bank, I think. You know, I'm spooking fish. They're sitting up high in the water column. I mean, I've seen some big fish roll, and I don't know if they're, you know, carp or if they're bass, but I'm thinking some of them are bass just because I am getting some bites still in this top water. So pretty cool, man. You know, I've been out here for almost 2 hours and just made this little bait change, and I'm starting to get some feedback from it. Right on the bank right there. There he is. All right, this is fun. Figured it out. Getting bites. Nice. All right, there we go. Okay, so for whatever reason, these fish are dirt shallow. They're up on these muddy flats. I don't know if they're rooting around for crawfish or what, but they're definitely up shallow. That fish was in like 6 inches of water. I just scared a big one that was in like 2 inches of water. So we're gonna keep doing this. I don't see any reason to change. We're gonna keep covering water with this little buzz bait. There he is. Oh, he got off. God, that's a good bass. Came off that piece of wood. Dang it. Good bite. We're off that beaver pile. Real little fish. That ain't gonna help me much. Water temps are 64 degrees. And this lake it's unique. It's different than if you fish Pyramid State Park like Golden Eye and Super Lake. It's nothing like that. It's more of, it reminds me of the original Pyramid State Park, kind of like Boulder or Westland Cut. Got a lot of rock in it, sand bottom, so a lot of hard bottom sand, and it has vegetation growth right up to the lake. It's not near as open as some of those other lakes. A lot of wood in the water, a lot of cover, a lot of great places for fish to hang out and ambush bait fish. A lot more rock outcroppings, not as much, you know, up and down dredging. It seems like it's one solid dredge from what I've seen. You know, like 30 foot is the deepest that I've seen. I'm still kind of continuing to motor around and check out this lake. Pretty cool lake. It's got a lot of potential, a lot of bait. It's got some big ones in there. I just got to find them.
Oh, that's a good fish. That was awesome. Came right off that laydown. Ate it too. Absolutely ate it. Come here, buddy. There we go. That's a better fish. Look at that. Choked that buzzbait. Came right off that laydown. That was a really cool bite. Man, that's a nice quality fish. Kind of digging this lake. Making me work for it at first, but I think we're figuring something out. Seems to be the ticket. It's a good one. There he is. Off that laydown. Sucked it right in. Go. Pretty decent little fish. That fish was for Mike Maloney. Had him on our live stream recently. If you haven't checked that out, go back and check it out. There's a lot of good information in there. And he was talking about 6 cents crankbaits and how he really likes them. And that kind of popped in my head a while ago. Tied this one on and just fishing these laydowns. And that sucker just sucked it in. It was awesome. Just came up there and engulfed it. Good fish. It's fun. Crankerbaiter. It's a pretty cool crankbait. Comes through wood really good. Throwing it right down the sides of these laydowns, no problem. Gets down there about 2 feet probably. Really wide action. There he is. Little guy. We'll be lay down there. Paused it and came up there and grabbed it.
You know, fall is all about covering water, and I picked up the buzzbait because I think I could have got bites on a walking bait, but it just takes a lot longer to cover water with the walking bait. And the buzzbait is something you can go down the bank, you can cover a lot of water and figure out what the fish are holding on. Today it's been kind of wood. You know, I've been catching a lot of fish on wood. I was catching them in these flat areas, but it seems like they pivoted to wood for whatever reason. Maybe it's the sunshine's got them up there, and they're definitely sitting higher in the water column. I spent a lot of time flipping a jig, flipping a speed crawl. Just wasn't getting a whole lot of bites. I've thrown a spinnerbait quite a bit. They don't seem to want that. They just want a buzzbait and a crankbait for whatever reason. I don't argue, but you know, I started out with all these rods. Got all kinds of crap here. Got a few up on the front deck. But I'm really down to 2 rods. Buzzbait and crankbait. You know, I think I can get some bites on a swim jig too, and I haven't picked it up. I may here in a little bit just to see. But you know, it's all about just eliminating water and then eliminating baits, finding something that's working. And once you get confidence in that bait, you just start covering water, man. Just take off and just start covering water.
There he is. Fish just sucked it down, man. Threw in there and I saw bait kind of scatter. They're back here shallow, man. Fish was in like nothing. You know, and they're getting it too. This topwater bite's not going to be here forever, so you got to take advantage of what is going on. like Donkey Kong, man. There it is, right on the bank. So I need to be fishing on the other side of the boat. Right on the bank. Fish is super shallow. That's something that happens in the fall. And all these fish will get just dirt shallow. I mean, just a foot or less. Got a little Dottie's Express Turkey Club wrap for my man DJ Hall. Dang it. Put that spook on because it keeps spooking fish. So I was just curious to see if those are bass that I'm spooking or if they're carp. I've been seeing a lot of American carp. And anyway, I don't know if that fish would hit a buzzbait or not, but almost got that spook. Look at that. Get it. Got it. Sucker hit it like 4 or 5 times. They're on that wood, man. So, you know, I've been throwing that buzzbait, and like I said, I keep seeing fish and I'm spooking, and I think that fish would hit that buzzbait. But I had to pick up this Super Spook Junior just to see if those fish that I'm spooking, no pun intended, are bass and not carp. So still undecisive on that, but I'm thinking I'm gonna have to have a little more subtle walking bait on the deck too to supplement that buzzbait.
Man, shout out to 6th Sense for their colors. They have some really, really good color patterns. Just blends in really nicely, you know. Shad on the top, and then kind of got chrome sides, and then that belly just kind of pops. So you got a lot of contrast between the belly, the side, and the back. Good looking bait.
There it is, just like that. Boom. Auto Trieve is legit. There he is. Ha ha ha. Caught an old jig fish. Gotta catch one jig fish at a strip pit. It's a new jig from Cumberland Pro. It's pretty nice. Got a big beefy 5/0 hook in there. Got a little Max Scent meaty chunk on there. It was fun. The fish hit it. I don't know if it was that fish or if it was another fish, but got a bite in there. Just picked up this jig because the buzzbait bites kind of slowed down. Little Peabody. There you go, man. They're in these little cuts. Just like these little cuts. Back in here for whatever reason. Water temp 63. Still throwing this same little dipper. Don't know how, but it's still hanging on.
All right, folks, midday report. Catching a few fish. I'm figuring out this lake a little bit. It's a great lake. I mean, it's got a lot of potential, and the clouds are starting to build. I've been working this buzzbait, and I've been playing around with buzzbaits a little bit this year. You know, I kind of went through a period where I didn't really throw any buzzbaits. It was kind of just a toad and a frog. But I'm just throwing a 1/4 ounce buzzbait. Took the skirt off, and I've got a Reactions Innovation little dipper, just a little swim bait. A lot of guys put a toad on there. I've been playing around with a menace and a swim bait. In the fall, you know, the fish, a lot of times the bass key on little bitty bait fish, and this is just a little 3-inch swim bait. So you can put a Kitech, just whatever your little favorite swim bait of choice is. And it seems like it's been working really good the last month or so. I've been getting a lot of response, a lot of good action out of this little buzzbait. We've got a little bit of wind, but I can get back in these like little quiet areas, and it's just right. It's not overpowering. And a white blade. I mean, I've been playing around with a white blade. I'm really liking a white blade. I never fished colored blades before this year. You know, usually just like a silver or gold, you know, black sometimes, but never a white. And I think this is something they don't see a lot, but I'm starting to get a lot of confidence in it. You know, the other bait I've been throwing around is that 6-inch crankbait. Cool little bait. It comes through wood really good. Gets down there about 2 foot. It's got a really wide, you know, S kind of wave. I thought it was a wake bait, but it gets down there a little bit. If you hold your rod tip up, you can keep it right on top of the water. Another thing that's interesting, they're not really blowing up on this buzzbait. They're just kind of sucking it down. And it looks like a bluegill or something. And you set the hook, it's like a 3-pound bass. You know, I don't throw a trailer hook much on a buzzbait, especially with the swim bait. If I had a skirt, I'd probably put a trailer hook on there, but you know, that trailer hook kind of impedes the action of the little paddle tail. But so far they're engulfing it. I've missed a few, but for the most part they're getting it in their mouth. So that tells me I'm throwing the right color.
There it is. Right on the bank, man. They're right on the bank. That's why I switched fishing on the left-hand side of the boat. There you go. It's a little better one. It's been a fun day. Fun day. Decent fish. Ate it. Ouch. That hurts. That log. And they're getting it good when they get it. And look at that. They're eating it. Oh, look at that. That was an awesome bite. That's a good fish. Oh yeah, nice fish. Just came off that little shallow laydown and like nothing. There you go, look at that fish. That's a freaking nice one there. It's a solid fish. Fish was sitting in, fish was right there, guys. See that little bit of sticks? Right there in like 2 foot of water. That fat old fish. Dang. There you go, guys. That's a nice one, man. So buzzbait and that little 6-inch crankbait was kind of the deal today. I was just thinking, you know, the ones that won't look up, won't come all the way up on the top, would hit that crankbait. It kind of works, kind of a 1-2 punch. So give me a thumbs up if you appreciate the content. Subscribe to the channel. Dropping content on Wednesdays and Fridays, and we do a live stream on Monday nights at 7:30 Central. Got a lot of great guests. If you're not busy on a Monday night 7:30 Central, we'd love to have you on there, sharing a lot of great fishing information from a lot of great fishermen. That was fun, man. This is a pretty cool lake. Very, very healthy. Saw a lot of fish on the graph. I mean, just got a lot of life. It's like a maze out here, man. You can get lost. If you come out here, make sure you're paying attention to where you're at, or you have a graph, because you will get lost. Till next time. That feels good. Topwater fall bites.